Hi there, thanks for joining me today. So as promised, I will be talking about social media scheduling and posting. So if you are a small business owner and you're interested in being able to schedule out your social media posts for the whole week so that you can focus on other efforts within your business, that's kind of what I'll be talking about today. So the two tools are Buffer and Hootsuite, and I'll sort of be talking about the advantages and disadvantages and the offerings for each feature. So in regards to scheduling and posting your content, this is something you need to be prepared for ahead of time. And the only reason you will ever need both Buffer and Hootsuite is if you're posting to more than one or two platforms at any given time and you're interested in posting the same exact content and possibly have a few tweaks for each platform, okay, like in terms of what you're going to be seeing or in terms of what hashtags you're going to be using or the imagery, etc. So you're able to customize all of that. So if you know what you're going to be posting, or if you're interested in planning out your content, let's say for the whole week or for the next 2 weeks, that's kind of what both these tools, Buffer and Hootsuite, will allow you to do. So when it comes to Buffer offers a much cleaner user experience, okay? And Hootsuite comes with all the bells and whistles that you would normally expect from a social media scheduling platform. So one thing I have to mention is that if you are already posting on Instagram, you have both an Instagram and a Facebook account, then you can already do that. You don't need Buffer or Hootsuite. You can already post to both platforms. But where Buffer and Hootsuite comes in is your ability to tweak your messages and schedule your messages and customize them for the audience on both networks, okay? So what works on Twitter, it may not work on Facebook, for example, right? So when it comes to scheduling your content, what's easy to do is that you can look at it and visualize it in a calendar, and so that's where these tools are really useful. And they do have different approaches. So what Buffer allows you to do is it allows you to create a custom schedule. It's called a Buffer queue, and what that queue allows you to do is that it will tell you when your post should go up. So you can choose time slots and you can schedule your post for that time slot. So when you add a post, what it does is it's going to fill up the next available slot. So let's say you have a post scheduled for 9 a.m. tomorrow, then you can schedule another post for 3 p.m. and then 8 p.m., for example. So every day you already have 3 posts scheduled for the entire day, and then so the next post that's going to go up on the following day will automatically fall into those time slots that you've already dedicated, and you've already said, okay, you know what, every single day I want my post to go up at the exact same times every single day. So that is a manual capability that you can do, okay, and it's available in the free version, obviously. And also in the free version, you can have those platforms dictate what time of the day they will choose the best time slots based on when your audience engagement is at basically at its highest. In terms of scheduling and posting your content, both platforms allow you to do that, and it's known as auto posting or auto scheduling. And so scheduling posts on Buffer with the Buffer queue is super useful, and so every single day you can look at what's happening, what post will go up the next day. So Hootsuite does a lot more of the scheduling work for you, but obviously at the expense of some control. So if you turn auto schedule on Hootsuite, it will pick a good time for your post to go live. So then what happens is that you can't decide what schedule Hootsuite uses unless you schedule the post yourself, okay? So manually. So that might be a drawback. That might be one drawback for you. You might decide, you want to choose the time slot. So in that case, you would have to pick, you don't have that ability to pick the different order other than what Hootsuite has decided for you. But you can also manually schedule it. So if you want to schedule, let's say, a bunch of tweets, let's say up to 5 or 10 tweets that go up, you can choose the order as well as to which order they're going to go in. Both platforms are solid in terms of the capability of actually posting at the time that you've selected the time slot for them to go up and to go live. They're really good. Both platforms are solid. There are other platforms on the internet that don't do as good of a job, so I'm not going to be talking about them in this video. But Buffer allows you to schedule 10 posts per social media account, and Hootsuite allows you to schedule 30 posts per social media account. Okay, and so that's in the free version. Of course, you can pay, you can upgrade, you can do other things as well, like for example collaborate with a team. Okay, you might have more than one person on your team that is going to be taking care of posting or reviewing the content, revising the content before it goes live. So those kind of capabilities you would have to pay for. Hootsuite has all of that built in, but with Buffer, you don't really have that capability. So Hootsuite, another thing it has is that it has a unique edge with something called a bulk composer. And so if you're able to pay for Hootsuite, then you can prepare up to 350 messages in a file that we call a CSV file, a comma separated value file. It's like an Excel sheet basically. And so you would schedule all of the post within that file. So you would say what the title of the post is, what the message is going to be. You would need the exact URL for the image that you're going to be using. And so all of that is put into a spreadsheet and saved as a CSV file, and you can just upload it. And so this is a capability that Hootsuite will allow, whereas Buffer will not allow that. Okay, so overall, in terms of the experience, Buffer shows your post visually, and it's easy. It's a much cleaner layout, a much easier format to digest. Okay, and it's quite easy to learn as well once you're logged in. So Buffer's dashboard overall is clean. It's a nice user interface. Okay, and you'll only see a queue of your social posts that you've scheduled. That's all you're going to see. But with Hootsuite, when you log in, you're going to see a stream. Okay, and that stream is it can become confusing very, very quickly as to what you're supposed to do and how to actually use the interface. So there is a bit more of a learning curve involved, and that could be one of the reasons you don't actually end up using Hootsuite, although it has more to offer. Overall, the comparison is, I would say, if you were to compare them side by side, I think for a small business owner, it's better to start off with Buffer, and then kind of work your way through towards the functionalities and features that you may need later on. So if you want to follow, let's say, other accounts and manage, replies to messages, for example, from your audience, then you can do that. Hootsuite is actually the only one that is capable of doing that. So that might be something you want to consider as well. It really depends on what you're looking for. At the end of the day, it depends on what you're looking for from that platform, from that management platform. Because if you already have a business page on Facebook, or you have a business profile on Instagram, then you know that you have the capability of managing those messages directly there too. Okay, especially from the Facebook desktop app, then you're able to talk to your Instagram audience and your Facebook audience at the same time. So you might just rely on that in terms of interacting with your audience. Okay, but if you're looking for a clean, minimal interface, you're just looking to schedule and post your tweets or your Facebook posts or Instagram posts, stick with Hootsuite or with Buffer rather than looking at any other platforms, because they both offer fairly similar, I would say fairly similar features. It's just that it's easier to learn Buffer in my experience. So overall, I would say I would give Buffer a thumbs up, and yeah, please try it out if you like it. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much. As a final note, something I want to mention is that if you are browsing the internet, you want to do it safely, okay? And especially in the world of digital, it's really easy to steal identity, to get your information stolen right off your laptop or your tablet or your phone, especially when you're using Wi-Fi that is outside of your house. Okay, so if you're doing that, I would highly recommend using some sort of VPN. Okay, it's a virtual private network that will allow you to connect safely and hide your IP address, and so basically hide your device, your phone or your tablet or your laptop's identity, so that the information does not get stolen or intercepted in any way. So if you're interested, please check out the link I put in the comment section below. It's to Pure VPN. Okay, and it's a really good virtual private network software that you can purchase on the internet, and you can just basically use it month to month. It's really low in cost as well, and the security is one of the top, especially when you're using outside of your own home. You definitely want to rely on a VPN. So please check out the link in the comment section below. Hopefully that helps you as well. Thank you.